Na kamati ya bunge kuhusu uwekezaji katika utawala wa elimu inamhoji Waziri wa Elimu Julius Ogamba kwa sasa kujadili ripoti ya mkaguzi wa serikali kuhusu matumizi ya fedha katika kipindi cha mwaka 2014-2019 hadi kipindi cha mwaka 2024 hadi 2026. Hebu tupate kusikiza yanayoendelea huko bungeni, kusikiza mubashara.
To ensure the lawful commitments to employees are honored without transferring the entire historical financial burden to the operational budget of individual universities. The government has also continually or similarly continued to support the implementation of the CPA of 2021-2025 through phased budgetary allocations. The National Treasury committed to continue supporting the implementation of these CPAs that included provision of 2.73 billion, also scheduled for funding in July 2026 during this financial year 2026-2027. The phased funding approach recognizes the salary adjustments arising from the national CPAs have recurrent financial implications. Once implemented, they become part of the continuing personnel costs of public universities. Their sustainability therefore depends not merely on the conclusion of the agreements, but on the availability of corresponding resources to support their implementation. Chair, the negotiation for the national CPAs for public universities is undertaken within the applicable legal and regulatory framework that includes the advisory role of SRC, the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. The requirement that remuneration proposals be costed and considered within the applicable fiscal framework provides an important safeguard against the conclusion of financial commitments without sufficient regard to their affordability and long-term effect on the wage bill. The Ministry will therefore continue to support collective bargaining as a lawful mechanism for determining terms and conditions of service, while ensuring that proposed financial commitments are subjected to the requisite costing approvals and affordability considerations before they are implemented. Collective bargaining and fiscal responsibility are not competing objectives. The task is to ensure that negotiated remuneration outcomes are lawful, they are affordable, and they are capable of being sustained during implementation. Chair, the measures relating to national CPAs must be accompanied by a prudent management of personal expenditure at the institutional level. Public universities are therefore expected to align recruitment with approved staff establishments and institutional needs. They are also required to ensure that recruitment, replacement, and promotion decisions take account of their financial implications. They need to strengthen workforce planning and deployment. They should rationalize organizational structures and eliminate unnecessary duplication of functions. They should optimize the deployment and productivity of existing staff and strengthen monitoring and control of personnel expenditure. We recognize that compliance with wage bill requirements cannot be achieved through indiscriminate reduction in staffing. Public universities must retain the academic, technical, and professional capacity required to discharge their statutory mandates. The objective is therefore not to merely reduce the wage bill, but to ensure that staffing is necessarily efficient.